Hello students, this is Ankita, your commerce educator, welcoming you to Global Online where we are taking classes for NET and SET exam preparation. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss 50 most accepted or a most important MCQ on Marketing Management Unit from Commerce paper to syllabus. After watching this video, all your doubt will be clear relating to this topic और ये लेक्चर देखने के बाद आपको ये भी पता चल जाएगा कि एग्जाम में किस तरह के क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं। ये लेक्चर देखने के बाद अगर जो आपके सारे डाउट है ये क्लियर हुए या नहीं ये देखने के लिए हम आपके लिए लेकर आए हैं फ्री इवैल्यूएशन टेस्ट। ये टेस्ट देने के लिए आपको हमारा जो ऐप है ग्लोबल ऑनलाइन वो अपने प्ले स्टोर से डाउनलोड करना पड़ेगा, जहां पर आपको ये लोगो दिखेगा। डाउनलोड करने के बाद आपको उसके स्टोर में जाना है और अपना जो पेपर है यूजीसी नेट कॉमर्स पेपर 2 वो सिलेक्ट करना है। सिलेक्ट करने के बाद उसके कंटेंट में जाना है और कंटेंट में जाने के बाद आपको जो टेस्ट है वो मिल जाएगा। ये जो टेस्ट है वो सभी स्टूडेंट के लिए फ्री है। ओके और एक इम्पोर्टेंट बात, ग्लोबल ऑनलाइन आपके लिए लेकर आया है कॉमर्स पेपर 2 कोर्स, जहां पर आपको मिलेंगे कंप्लीट वीडियो लेक्चर, मोर देन 100 वीडियो लेक्चर्स वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग यू, नोट्स वो भी डिटेल एक्सप्लेनेशन के साथ, टेस्ट सीरीज विद द डिटेल एक्सप्लेनेशन, प्रीवियस ईयर पीडीएफ विद द डिटेल एक्सप्लेनेशन। द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ द कोर्स इज 1 ईयर और इसकी जो फी है वो इंक्रीज हो गई है और वो अब है 7,000। अगर आप ये कोर्स लेते हैं तो पेपर 1 का जो कोर्स है वो आपको हम फ्री में प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं। डोंट वेट फॉर द लास्ट मोमेंट, डू ज्वाइन अवर कोर्स एंड क्लियर योर अपकमिंग एग्जाम। What refers to the administration of a personal selling component of a company's marketing program? In a given question, they ask you, given which is referred to the administration of a personal selling component of the company's marketing program. To answer this question, you have to first understand the question. Now, what is personal selling? Personal selling occurs when a sales representative meet with the potential client for the purpose of transacting a sale. Okay, for which the first option given here is sales management. Sales management is a business discipline which is a focus on practical application of sales technique and the management of a firm sales operation. Second option given here is distribution management. Now, what is distribution management? Each option you have to understand because you may receive any question on the option. So the distribution management is essential managing the movement of a goods, whether it is from the wholesaler to the retailer or from the retailer to the consumer. Different distribution channels are a concern with the delivery of a good to the different type of entity along with the supply chain. Then is promotion management. Introduction, integrated marketing communication promotion is a type of a communication between the buyer and the seller. The seller tries to persuade the buyer to purchase their goods and services through the promotion. And the last option given here is marketing management. Marketing management is the organizational discipline which focus on the practical application of marketing orientation, techniques and the method inside the enterprise and the organization and on the management of the firm's marketing resources and the activities. The correct answer here will be option number A. Sales management refer to the administration of the personal selling component of a company's marketing program. The next question is, if the focus is on the social and the ethical concern in the marketing is a characteristic of which of the following period? Okay. And for the options given are production, sales, marketing and sociological marketing. So before going to the options, first we will understand about the social and the ethical concern in the marketing. Ethics tend to focus on the individual or a marketing group decision, while the social responsibility take into the consideration the total effect of a marketing practice on the society. Okay. The first option is production. Now what is production? Production means the process of combining the various material input and the immaterial input in order to make a something for a consumption. That means we are trying to make the final product from the raw material. Okay. Second option given here is sales. Sales are the activity which are related to the selling or the number of goods sold in a given targeted time period. The delivery of a service for a cost is also considered as a sales. Then is marketing. Now what is marketing? Marketing is the process of exploring, creating and delivering the value to meet the needs of a targeted market in the terms of a goods and a services. The last option is sociological marketing. Sociological marketing is based on the principle of sociological welfare. It emphasizes that an organization must make a strategic marketing decision keeping in mind the customer wants, the organization need, and the most important, the long-term interest of the society. Okay. The answer here for this question will be option number D. If the focus is on the social and the ethical concern in the marketing is a characteristic of sociological marketing period. The next question here is the final step of target marketing, for which the first option is market analysis. Market analysis study the correct attractiveness and the dynamic of a special market within the special industry. It is a part of the industry analysis and thus turn into the global environmental analysis. Then is market positioning. Positioning refers to the place that a brand occupies in the mind of the customer and how it distinguishes from the product of the competitor and different from the concept of the brand awareness. Then is market segmentation. Market segmentation is a process of dividing the both consumer or a business market, normally consisting of an existing and a potential customer, into the subgroup of the customer based on some type of a share characteristic. And last option given here is market targeting. Market targeting is a second of the third step in the product promotion. This stage are sometimes called a STP, whereas the segmentation break up into the entire market into the different group, targeting the process of selecting exactly which of the group will be focused on advertising efforts. Market positioning is the final step of target marketing. That means the answer for this question will be option number B. If service marketing become difficult because of, here they are asking you about the service marketing. Why it become difficult? For that the options given are intangibility. So before going to the option, first we will understand what is service marketing. Service marketing refer to the application of different set of tactics or a strategy to anticipate the customer needs for a intangible product. Thus, meet the requirement accordingly to create a maximum value for them for their purchase. Marketing of a service is different from marketing of the product. The first option is intangibility. Now you know the difference between the tangible and the intangible. Intangible means which we cannot see or which we cannot touch, and a tangible means which we can see and which we can touch. Okay, services are the thing which we cannot touch or see. Okay. The second option here is no demand. The demand for the any services or any product, there is no demand here. The third option is more complex market. Okay, the market is complex. And the last option is difficult to enter into the market. The answer here for this question will be option number A. If the service marketing become difficult because of the intangibility. The next question here is the process of setting a low initial price for attracting a larger number of buyers quickly to cover a large market share is called. In a given question, they ask you The process where the company is setting the low price at the initial space for attracting the large number of the buyer and quickly cover the large market share. And this process is known as, and the options given are going rate pricing. The going rate pricing is a method adopted by a firm wherein the product is priced as per the rate prevailing in the market, especially on par with the competitor. Okay. Second option given is market penetration pricing. Penetration pricing is a pricing strategy where the price of the product is initially set low, rapidly reach the wide fraction of the market, and initiate the word of mouth. The strategy works on the expectation that customers will switch to the new brand because of the lower price. Third option given is value-based pricing. Value-based price is a pricing strategy which set the price primarily but not exclusively according to the pre-receive or a estimated value of the product or a service to the customer rather than according to the cost of the product or a historical price. And the last option given is skimming pricing. Price skimming is the price setting strategy that a firm can employ when launching a product or a services for the first time. This price skimming method and capturing the extra profit of the firm is able to recoup its stock quicker as well as the profit of the higher price in the market before new competition enter and lower the market price. So all the option is a type of the marketing strategy. Going rate pricing is a one of the marketing strategy. Even the market penetration is again the marketing strategy. Value based pricing is also the marketing strategy, and skimming pricing is also the pricing strategy. So all the options here given are very much important because all these are a pricing strategies method. So any question you can receive on any of the option here. So the answer here for this question is market penetration pricing. The process of setting a low initial price for attracting a large number of a buyer quickly to cover a large market share is known as a market penetration pricing. The next question is marketing myopia concept was developed by. Here they are asking you about the marketing myopia. Marketing myopia suggests that the business will do better in the long term if it concentrates on meeting the utility of the product or a goods rather than just trying to sell their product. Okay, for which the first option is Philip Kotler. The Philip Kotler is an American marketing author, consultant and a professor, and S.C. Johnson and a son distinct professor of international marketing. The second option is Peter Drucker. Peter Drucker was an Australian-American management consultant, educator and author. Those writings contribute to the philosophical and practical foundation of a modern business corporation. The third option is C.K. Prahalad. If we look at the C.K. Prahalad, then he was a corporate and a social strategic educator and author. He was a Paul and Ruth McCrane Distinct University Professor of Corporate Strategy at the University of Stephen M. Ross School of Business. And the last option here is Theodore Levita. Marketing myopia. The concept is developed by Theodore Levita in 1960, which say the company focus on their needs and a short-term growth strategy instead of taking care of a needs and a want of a consumer, and therefore fail due to their short sightedness. So the answer here is option number D. The next question here is given which whole that organization task is determine the needs, want and the interest of a target market and to deliver the desired satisfaction more effectively and efficiently than competitor in a way that perceive or enhance the consumers and society well-being. Okay, and for this the options given are customer-centered business. Customer-centered business means your ritual and decision making honor customers' realities and the needs as a pathway to meeting the needs of every stakeholder. Second option here is focus business model. A business model describes how an organization create, deliver and capture the value in economic, social, cultural and other contexts. The process of a business model construction and modification is also called business model innovation and the form of part of a business strategy. Third option given here is sociological marketing concept. Sociological responsibility of a marketing is a marketing concept that holds that companies should make a marketing decision not only by considering the customer's want, a company's requirement, but also the society long-term interest. And the last option is ethical responsible marketing. Ethical marketing refers to the process by which a company market their goods and services by focusing not only how their product benefit the customer but also how they benefit the socially responsible and environmental causes. The correct answer for this question is option number C, that is sociological marketing concept. Marketing of a product and services in which of the offer itself not intended to make any monetary profit is called. Read the question carefully. Here they are saying not intended to make any monetary profit. Okay. And the options given are profit marketing. Now what is profit marketing? Dr. Philip Kotler defined the marketing as a science and the art of exploring, creating and delivering the value to satisfy the needs of a target market at profit. Marketing defines unfulfilled needs and desires. It defines the measures and the quantities, the size of a identified market and the profit potential. The second option here is virtual marketing. Is a business strategy that uses the existing social network to promote the product mainly on various social media platforms. Its name refers to how consumers spread the information about the product with the other people, much in the same way that virus spread from one person to the another. The third option given is digital marketing. Digital marketing is a component of a marketing that uses the internet and online based digital technologies such as a desktop computer, mobile phones and other digital media and a platform to promote the product and the services. And the last option is non-profit making marketing. Non-profit making marketing are described as the effectual use of the marketing scheme to further a goal and the objective of a non-profit organization. There are numerous examples of non-profit organizations such as advertising, public relations, and fundraising. Non-profit marketing also include the wide range of other activities. If you read the question carefully, you will be easily understand the answer for this question. Here they are saying not intended to make a monetary profit. That means this is a non-profit marketing. Okay, their intention is not to make a monetary profit. So D will be the correct answer. The next question here is when a company treats each single customer as a separate segment, this is called, in a given question they ask you, when a company treats the single customer as a separate segment, that time what we call? And the options given are niche marketing. Niche marketing is an advertising strategy that focuses on unique target market instead of marketing to everyone who could benefit from the product or the services. This strategy focuses exclusively on the one group. Second option is nano marketing. Nano marketing happens when the enterprise identifies its target market and then applies the sharp marketing aim at the group to achieve its objective. Then is single marketing. Now what is single marketing? Single market allows for a people, goods, services and a capital to move around the union as a free as they do within the single country, instead of being obstructed by a national border and a barrier as they were in the past. And the last option is micro marketing. Micro marketing is that type of a marketing strategy which tend to target a specific group of a customer within the niche market. The approach to micro marketing strategy is somewhat the same as a use in the target marketing. The correct answer for this question is option number D. When a company treats each single customer as a separate segment, this is called a micro marketing. The first question here is which concept of a marketing is a customer oriented? Here first understand the question, then only you will be able to answer this question. So here they are asking you about the concept of a marketing which are a consumer or a customer oriented. So what is a marketing? Marketing can be said as a process of acquiring customer and maintaining the relationship with them, and at the same time matching the needs and the want with the services or a product offered by the organization, which ensure that the organization will become a profitable. Marketing concept focus on needs, want and the demand of the consumers. Okay, this is the meaning of the marketing or a concept of marketing. So here the first option is old concept of marketing. Now what is the old concept of marketing? So the old approach of a marketing and when the goods are produced for a supply in the market, whereas under a new approach marketing start and end with the customer. Under old approach, the principle of caveat emptor, that is let the buyer be aware and operate. Okay. Second is modern concept of marketing. Now what is a modern concept of marketing? The concept of modern marketing is a comprehensive and a user-centric. Okay, remember this, comprehensive and a user-centric. It means discovering the potential customer and creating a goods or a services in a such a way to fulfill the needs and the want of the customer rather than simply providing them what the seller has made. Okay, and third option here is entity concept of business. The business entity concept states that transactions related to the business must be recorded separately from those of the owner and any other business entity. Supposing you have a business, okay, you are operating this business ABC Limited, and if you are having your own account, okay, if supposing you are X, your transaction whatever you are making will be not included in your business transaction, that is in the ABC account. Under this concept, it is treated as business and your own account is a separate entity. And last option is all of the above. The answer here for this question is option number B. That is modern concept of marketing is a concept of a marketing is a customer oriented. Okay. The next question here is according to the sociological marketing concept, who is the most important in deciding what needs and a want are good for consumers in the long run. In a given question, they ask you about the sociological marketing concept and in which who is the most important while deciding the what the needs and the want the customers want in the long run. So for this, you have to understand what is sociological marketing concept. The sociological marketing concept hold a company should make a good marketing decision by considering the consumer's want, the company requirement and society long-term interests. Okay, that is called a sociological marketing concept, under which the first option given is the organization itself. Whenever we are talking about the organization, we are talking about that particular company. Here they are asking you whether the organization, whether that company is the most important in deciding what the consumers want. The second option given is individual consumer. Is it the individual consumer? Individual consumer means the common person like you and me. Okay. Third option given is regulatory bodies. And last option given is none of the above. Here the answer for this question will be option number A. That is, organization itself is the most important in deciding what the needs and the wants are the goods for consumers in the long run. The next question here is, what is the idea that an organization seeks to satisfy the want of a consumer while also trying to achieve the organizational goal? In a given question, they ask you, what is the idea that an organizational to seek to satisfy the wants of the customer or a consumer while also trying to achieve the organizational goal? Now, what are the organizational goal? Organizational goal means the objective which the organization decide to achieve that. If supposing there is a ABC company limited in the market, and if supposing this company decided to achieve some profit in the future, supposing this company decided to achieve the 5 lakh of a profit in the future, okay, maybe after 2-3 months. So that is the objective of that particular company. Means here they are deciding that they will achieve this profit in coming 4 months or a 5 months. Okay. So first option here is selling concept. Selling concept is based on the premises that customer won't buy goods or services of your brand unless you perform sale and a promotional activity at a large scale. Second option given is production concept. The production concept assumes that customers favor highly available and affordable product. Okay? कस्टमर कौन से प्रोडक्ट लेते हैं जिसकी क्वालिटी अच्छी हो और जो प्रोडक्ट उसके लिए अफोर्डेबल हो. ओके. अगर मान लो मेरे पास 100 रुपीज है और मुझे वो कोई प्रोडक्ट चाहिए होगा, अगर उसकी प्राइस ज्यादा है 200 है, लेकिन मेरे पास तो सिर्फ 100 रुपीज है, राइट. सो वो क्या है, मेरे लिए अफोर्डेबल नहीं है, तो मैं वो प्रोडक्ट नहीं ले सकती, राइट. थर्ड ऑप्शन हियर इज मार्केटिंग concept. Marketing concept is a customer oriented backed by integrated marketing aim at generating customer satisfaction as a key to satisfying the organizational goal. And the last option here is none of the above. The answer here for this question is option number C. The marketing concept is the idea that an organizational should seek to satisfy the wants of the consumers while also trying to achieve the organizational goals. The next question here is, among the 4 P's of a marketing, place include. So which are the different 4 P's are there in the marketing? 4 P's of the marketing are product, place, promotion and the price. Okay. When banded properly create a coordination that give a right pitch to the product. It follow the principle. Okay. ये जो 4 P's है वो एक principle follow करते हैं. That is, the whole is a greater than the sum of its part. Brand loyalty and value. Under which the first option is types of intermediaries. Second is place relation. Third is location of the cutlets, and last one is both A and the C. Whenever we are talking about a place, we often hear that a marketer is saying that marketing is about putting the right product at the right place and at the right time, right? It's a crucial then to evaluate what the ideal location are to be converted potential client into the actual client. Even in the situation where the actual transaction does not happen on the web, the initial place of potential client are engaged and convert in a online. Students, earlier there were 4 P's in the marketing, but now the 3 more P's are included and now there are 7 P's. Please remember this. Now which are the different P's in marketing? Which are the different 7 P's in the marketing? Then answer will be product, price, promotion, place, people, process and physical evidence. The answer here for this question is option number D. Among the 4 B's of a marketing, place include types of a intermediary and location of outlets. The next question here is the strategy of introducing a product with a high introductory price is called. In a given question, they ask you a strategy of introducing a new product with a high inventory, given which is the correct answer. First option given is penetration strategy. So what is penetration strategy? Market penetration refers to the successful selling of the product or a services in the specific market. It is a measure by the amount of a sale value of an existing goods and services compared to the total target market for that product or a services. Second option given is skimming strategy. Price skimming is a strategy used in a pricing a new product. Other strategies like a leader pricing and a bundling may be used for the establishment of the product as well. The practice of introducing new product in the market with a high price and then lowering the price over a time is called a price skimming. जब भी कोई कंपनी मार्केट में आती है तब वो क्या करती है, जो अपने प्रोडक्ट होते हैं वो हाई प्राइस को शो करते हैं, मतलब कि प्रोडक्ट की जो प्राइस होती है वो हाई शो करते हैं और उसके बाद थोड़े समय के बाद वही प्राइसेस को डिक्रीज करते हैं. ओके, उसको कहते हैं प्राइस स्कीमिंग. थर्ड ऑप्शन गिवन इज पुल स्ट्रेटजी, अ पैसिव एंड एब्स्ट्रैक्ट अप्रोच दैट अट्रैक्ट द क्लाइंट्स बाय evoking their feelings. It focuses on the product and its future. Remember here, the pull strategy focuses on the product and its future. And last option is push strategy. Push strategy uses marketing channels such as a trade promotion to push a product or a services to the sales channel. The answer here for this question is option number B, that is skimming strategy. The next question here is which of the following level of a market segmentation typically entitle marketing to the small market those needs are not well served. Okay? मतलब कि बाजार विभाजन के निम्नलिखित में कौन सा स्तर आमतौर पर एक छोटे बाजार में विपणन को शामिल करता है जिसकी जरूरतें अच्छी तरह से पूरी नहीं होती है. And the options given are segment marketing. Market segmentation is a marketing concept which divides a complete market set into the smaller subset comprising of the consumers with the similar taste, demand and a preference. अगर मानो ये मार्केट है, मार्केट सेगमेंट मार्केटिंग में क्या होगा, ये जो पूरा मार्केट है उसको डिवाइड किया जाएगा. ओके, और छोटे छोटे पार्ट में ये डिवाइड किया जाता है अकॉर्डिंग टू द taste, demand, preference. Okay. Second option given is niche marketing. Niche market is a subset of a market on which a specific product is a focus. The market niche defines the product feature aimed at satisfying the specific market need as well as the price range, production, quantity and demographic it is intended to target. Okay. Third option given is local marketing. Local marketing is also referred to as a local store marketing or a neighborhood marketing. Okay, specifically target the community around a physical store or a restaurant. Okay, लोकल मार्केटिंग मतलब कि कोई भी स्टोर जो आपके नियर बाय होगा. ओके, यहाँ पर नजदीकी आपका कोई घर होगा और यहाँ पर जो स्टोर है उसे कहते हैं लोकल मार्केटिंग, मतलब कि वो नजदीकी है. ओके, एंड लास्ट ऑप्शन गिवन इज इंडिविजुअल मार्केटिंग. Individual marketing or a personalized marketing or a one-to-one marketing, okay, is a marketing strategy by which the company leverage the data analysis and the digital technology to deliver the individualized message and a product offering to the current or a prospective consumers. The answer here for this question will be option number B, that is niche marketing. The next question here is Given which is the process of dividing a potential market into a distinct sub-market of a consumers with a common needs and a characteristic. Okay. In a given question, they ask you, given which is the process of dividing the potential market into the different subset of the consumers with a common needs and a characteristic. The option given is target marketing. Target marketing is a group of consumers within the business serviceable available market at which the business aims its marketing efforts and resources. A target market is a subset of a total market for a product or a services. Second option is differentiation. Market differentiation is a process of giving a brand, product and services a unique position in the market that is valuable to the customers. Third option is market segmentation. Just now I explained you what is market segmentation. Supposing this is a market. In a market segmentation, we are dividing the market into the different part or a different sub markets. Okay, that is called a market segmentation. And last option is none of the above. The correct answer here is option number C. Market segmentation is a process of dividing potential market into the distinct sub-market of a consumers with a common needs and a characteristic. Next question here is, which is the market average strategy in which a company follow one product, one segment? First of all, understand what is market average strategy or a market strategy. Marketing strategy is the process that can follow an organization to concentrate its limited resources on the greatest opportunity to increase the sale and achieve the sustainable competitive advantage, under which the first option given is concentrated marketing. Concentrated marketing is a strategy that involves a brand directing all the efforts and resources to develop and market the product for a one specific segment of a market audience. Second option given is market positioning. Positioning refers to the place that the brand occupies in the mind of the customers and how it distinct from the product of the competitor and different from the concept of brand awareness. Third option is target marketing. Target marketing is a group of the customers within the business serviceable available market at which the business aims at marketing efforts and resources. And the last option is none of the above. Here I am explaining you each and every concept only because so that you can understand each concept properly and you will be in a position to answer any question related to this concept. Okay. The answer for this question will be option number A, that is concentrated marketing is a market average strategy in which company follow one product, one segment. Which of the following best describe the first step any kind of a purchasing behavior or a reason why people purchase what they do? To answer this question, first of all you understand what is purchasing behavior of consumers. It is a sum total of a attitude, preference, belief and a decision regarding the consumer's behavior when purchasing a product or a services in the market. The first option given here is need recognition. Need recognition occurs when someone perceives a gap between their current circumstances and ideal or a desired circumstances. People need to understand they have a problem before they begin searching for an answer. Second option given is purchase anticipation. Anticipation is also a feeling of excitement about something that is going to happen in the near future. Third option given is alternative evaluation. Alternative evaluation is a stage of buyer decision process in which the consumer uses the information to evaluate the alternative brand in the choice set. Okay. Third and the last option given here is post-purchase dissonance. Post-purchase dissonance is when the customer state of the mind and the perception is quite and easy after purchasing the product or a services offering of the brand. So all this option I have explained you. That means the all option given here will be clear in your mind, right? So now tell me which one is the correct answer for this question. So students, the answer will be option number A, that is need recognition. The next question here is, who are those customers who are not brand specific? In a given question, they ask you about a customer who are not brand specific. And the options given are switchers. Second option is split loyal. Third option is both A and B. And the last option is neither A nor B. Okay. What is brand? A brand is identifying the symbol, mark, logo, name, word. Okay. A combination of a one or a more of those elements can be utilized to create a brand identity. Legal protection given to the brand name is called a trademark. If you still didn't understand what is brand, then you can see our app logo, that is our brand. Okay, this logo which you can see on the app, that is a brand. Okay. Now what is the meaning of switcher? Switcher customers are those who switch from this product to that product, okay, from one product to the another product. And second option is split loyal. A customer who like more than a one brand but limits his or her choice to the two or three brand is known as a split loyal customers. The correct answer here for this question is option number A. Switcher are those customers who are not brand specific. Porter's five forces does not include. Here in this question they ask you about the Porter five forces. Now what are the different Porter's five forces? You should know about this. Only then you will be able to answer this question. For this they give an option supplier power, second one is buyer power, third one is political power, and last one is competitive rivalry. Okay. If we look at the five forces which given by a Porter's, then first one will be supplier power and the assessment of how easy it is for the supplier to drive up the prices. Second one is buyer's power. Buyer power means an assessment to how easy it is for a buyer to drive the prices down. Third one is competitive rivalry. The main driver is the number and capability of a competitor in the market. The fourth one is threat of substitution and the fifth one is threat of new entry. So, which are the different five forces of the Porters? Then supplier power, buyer power, competitive rivalry and threat of substitution and threat of a new entry. So, political power is not included here, right? That means the answer for this question will be option number C, that is political power. You have to remember this, which are the different five forces of the Porters. For this, you can remember like S, that is supplier power, second one is B, that is buyer power, third one is competitive rivalry, that is C, then is threat of substitution, then T and threat of new entry. So here you can remember as new entry. So SBCTN. Okay. In the stage of product life cycle, the company take decision whether to maintain, harvest or drop the product. In a given question, they ask you about the stage of a product cycle when the company take a decision whether to maintain, harvest or drop the product. To answer this question, you should know about the product life cycle, how it works. Okay. So, there are four different stages in the product life cycle and product life cycle look like this. Okay. So, there are four stages in the product life cycle: the introduction, growth, maturity and decline. This will be the introduction, this will be the growth, this will be the maturity and this will be the decline. When the product start declining. Okay, this one is decline. The concept of product life cycle help inform the business decision making from pricing and promotion to expansion or a cost cutting. More successful product push older one out of the market. If we see the introduction stage, this phase generally includes the substantial investment in advertising and marketing. The combined focus on making the consumer aware of the product and its a benefit. That is the introduction stage where we are bringing our product in the market. We are trying to make the people aware about our product. Second stage is growth. If the product is successful, then it moves to the growth stage. This is a characterized stage by growing the demand and the increase in the production and the expansion in its availability. Third stage is maturity. This is the most profitable stage while the cost of the producing and marketing decline. And the last stage is decline. A product take an increased competition as other companies emulate its success. Sometimes with the enhancement or a lower price, the product may lose the market share and begin its decline. So this is a product life cycle: introduction, growth, maturity and decline. The correct answer here is option number D, that is decline. In the stage of a decline of product life cycle, the company take a decision whether to maintain, harvest or drop the product. The practice of selling two or more separate product together for a single price, मतलब कि जहाँ पर हम दो और दो से ज़्यादा जब सेपरेट प्रोडक्ट एक ही प्राइस में बेचते हैं तब उसे कहते हैं. And the options given are bundling. Now what is bundling? Bundling is a market strategy where the company sells the several products or services together as a single combined unit. The bundled product and the services are usually related, but they can also consist of a dissimilar item which applies to one group of the customer. Second option is dumping. Dumping occurs when a country or a company export a product at the price that is lower in the foreign importing market than the price in the export domestic market. The biggest advantage of a dumping is the ability to flood a market with the product price that are often considered unfair. The third option is both A and B, and the last option is none of the above. Here the answer for this question is option number A. The practice of selling two or more separate products together for a single price is called bundling. Now you can take an example of a course where we are providing you Commerce Paper 2 course as well as Paper 1 course, right? That is only for the 5,000 rupees. That means we are selling our both the product that is only for the 5,000. But if you are taking both the products separately, that time the charges will be high. Here we are thinking about you so that you can get our product in the less price. The next question here is, what does the term PLC stand for? Okay. Here you should know about the PLC. What is the full form of PLC? And the options given are product life cycle. Second option is production life cycle. Third option is product long cycle. And last option is production long cycle. If we see the full form of PLC, PLC means the product life cycle. Product life cycle is usually broken down into the 4 stages, that is introduction, then is a growth, then is maturity and then is decline. Okay. Product life cycle are used by a management and the marketing profession to help to determine advertising schedule, price point, expansion of a new product market, packaging, redesign and more. This is called a product cycle. How the product works. From the introduction, then is a growth, then is maturity and then is decline. The answer here for this question is option number A, that is product life cycle. The next important question here is In which stage of a new product development process the product and a marketing program are tested in realistic market setting? In this question, they ask you about the stage of a new product development process, and they ask you the product and the marketing program that are tested in realistic marketing strategy. Okay. So first of all, you have to know about the stages of a new product development process. New product development covers the complete process of bringing a new product into the market. Okay. Whenever you are getting any new product into the market, that time we say that new product development process. Okay. Renaming an existing product or introducing a product in the new market. So under this there are 12 different stages, but here we are going to discuss about the 4 different stages. Okay, but I am telling you which are the different 12 stages. So first one here is idea generation, then will be the concept development and testing, then will be idea screening, then will be development and marketing strategy, then is business analysis, then is test marketing, then is commercialization, then is product development, then is research, computer aided design, then is computer aided manufacturing and prototype evaluation, and last one is manufacturing and assembly. These are the 12 different stages of the new product development process. Here our first option is concept development and testing. We will see this option in detail. So concept development and testing, in this stage the good product idea must be developed into the detailed product concept and are conveyed in the consumer oriented term. The concept must be made in order to project the product in terms of how it preview by a consumer and how it will be potential be received in the market and by which stage of the potential customers. Second one is idea screening. Now what is idea screening? The next stage involves the screening of this often large set of idea. The primary objective of this stage is to focus on the idea, okay, that is in the line with the company consumers value and a financial goal. Third one is test marketing. This is the penultimate stage of a new product development process and involve the testing of the product and is the suggested marketing program in the realistic market setting. And last one is commercialization. Commercialization, the final step of the product development process is that commercialization. Based on the information gathered during the test marketing process, the business management may either decide to go ahead with the launch of the product or put on the back burner. Okay. So as per the explanation, the correct answer will be option number C, that is test marketing. The next question here is, what is a marketing channel that has a no intermediary level? Now, what are the different marketing channel or what is the meaning of marketing channel? That we will understand first, because understanding question is the most important part of answering the exam. Okay, only then you will be able to answer the question correctly. If you are not understanding question, then how you are going to answer that question, right? So marketing channel consists of the people, organization and the activity necessary to transfer the ownership of a good from the point of a production to the point of the consumption. Okay, means the transferring the product, that is the marketing channel. How our product is going in the market means the final consumers. It is a way of a product get into the end user, the consumer, and it is known as a distribution channel. The first option here is direct marketing channel. If we look at the meaning of a direct marketing channel, direct marketer can use a number of a channel for reaching the prospect and the customer. This includes the face-to-face selling, direct mail, telemarketing, TV and other direct response media. Okay. Second option is indirect channel. The channel whereby goods and services are sold indirectly from the producer through the independent middleman to the final user. Here the manufacturer is not directly selling to the consumer. He is not directly contacting with the consumer. There is someone middle person who is doing that work. That is called the indirect channel. Third one is forward channel. Forward channel is the direction of the communication or a mobile to sell download link path. It includes the pilot channel. Pilot channel refer to the channel. It used the mobile station to acquire the time as the space reference to the coherent demodulation. And last one is hybrid channel. Multi-channel distribution system in which a single firm set up two or more marketing channel to reach one or more customer segment. That is called a hybrid channel. So till now you must understand what is marketing channel or what is different types of channel. Okay, all this meaning I have told you. The answer for this question will be option number A, that is direct marketing channel where no intermediary is required. The next question here is the branding strategy which uses a different brand name for each product is known as. In a given question they ask you about the branding strategy which uses for a different brand name for each product is known as, which of the given is the correct. So what is branding strategy? Branding strategy is a long-term plan to achieve the series of a long-term goal that ultimate result in the identification and a preference of your brand by the consumer. The first option given is overall family branding. When the company manages several products uniformly under the one brand, we call it family brand. They are often part of a common product group. Okay. Second option given is line family branding. A branding policy in which organization uses the family branding only for the product within the line and not for all its product. Third option is individual branding. Individual branding is also called individual product branding or a multi-branding. It is a branding strategy in which products are given brand name that are newly created and generally not connected to the name of existing brand offered by the company. And the last one is brand extension. Brand extension is when the company uses one of its established brand name on a new product or a new product category. It's sometimes known as a brand sketching. The strategy behind a brand extension is to use the company already established the brand equity to help it launch its newest product. The answer here for this question will be option number C. The branding strategy which uses a different brand name for each product is known as individual branding. The next question here is which of the following involve a designing and manufacturing the container or a vapors for the product? And the options given are labeling. Labeling or using the label is a describe someone or something in the word or a short spread. Second option is packaging. Packaging can be described as a coordination system of preparing the goods for a transport, warehousing, logistics, sale and end use. How you are packing the product, that is called a packaging. Then is branding. Brand name is the term, design, symbol or any other feature that distinguish one seller good or services from those of the other seller. Here we are talking about the brand name, branding. And the last option is product line. Product line is a group of a connected product marketed under the single brand name by the same company. The answer here for this question will be option number B, that is packaging. The factors such as a buyer age, life cycle stage, occupation, economic situation, lifestyle, personality and a self-concept that influence the buyer decision refer to which of the following characteristics? The first option given is personal characteristic. Personal quality are the characteristic attributes or a personality trait of an individual. Second option is psychological characteristic. Psychological characteristic is a term used to describe the influence of the social factor on an individual mental health and the behavior. Third option is behavioral characteristic. Behavioral characteristics are based on the behavior of the person. And the last option is demographical characteristic. Demography is the statistical and the mathematical study of the size, composition, human population and the change over a time, and this aspect through the operation of a five process of the fertility, morality, marriage, migration and social mobility. The answer here for this question is option number D, that is demographical characteristic. The next question here is the number of a product line a company carries is called. In a given question they ask you the number of a product line which a company carries is called which of the following, and the options given are product range, second option is product mix depth, third option is product mix width and last option is product line length. The overall number of a product line that are offered to the customer by a company is called a product mix. Product mix is also known as product assortment. Length, width, depth and a consistency are the four major dimensions of the product mix. Please remember the four different dimensions of the product mix, that is width, depth and consistency. The answer here for this question is option number C. The number of a product line a company carries is called product mix width. Who suggested product, price, place, promotion? All this in a company represent market mix. In a given question, they ask you product, price, pricing, place, promotion. All of this in a company which represent a market mix. Who suggested this? And the options given are Neil Borden, second option is Nielsen, third option is Philip Kotler and last option is Stephen Morse. To answer this question, you have to know about marketing mix or what is marketing mix. Marketing mix is defined as a set of activities or strategies that a company or a business uses for promoting its product and services in the market. The four P's make up the typical marketing mix and it include product, place, price and the promotion. In the recent time, three have an addition to the existing marketing mix and it is now include the packaging, people and positioning as an additional component which are collectively known as 7 P's. Okay, 7 P's of marketing mix. Earlier it was 4 P's. Okay. For this question, the correct answer is option number A, that is Neil Borden. Neil Hopper Borden was an American academic who served as a professor of advertising at the Harvard Graduate School of Business Administration. He coined the term marketing mix. It serves as the most common source of a lead generation of any company. यह किसी भी कंपनी के लिए लीड जनरेशन के सबसे सामान्य स्रोत के रूप में कार्य करता है. And the options given are yellow pages, second option is green pages, third option is white pages and last option is blue pages. Now what is lead generation? Lead generation is based on expanding your database which with a context specifically people or a company who are a potential interested in your product and services. In this case, a lead is defined as a person or a company that has shown interest in the brand by leaving their data. YellowPage.in is a digital platform that leverages the technology to connect the consumer with the right business. Thus, matching the consumer need and growing the customer base is a local business. The answer here for this question is option number A, that is YellowPage. It is served as the most common source of lead generation for any companies. Marketing of a product and a services in which of the offer itself not intended to make any monetary profit is called. Read the question carefully. Here they are saying not intended to make any monetary profit. Okay. And the options given are profit marketing. Now what is profit marketing? Dr. Philip Kotler defined the marketing as a science and the art of exploring, creating and delivering the value to satisfy the needs of a target market at profit. Marketing defines unfulfilled needs and desires. It defines the measures and the quantities, the size of a identified market and the profit potential. The second option here is virtual marketing. Is a business strategy that uses the existing social network to promote the product mainly on various social media platforms. Its name refers to how consumers spread the information about the product with the other people, much in the same way that virus spread from one person to the another. The third option given is digital marketing. Digital marketing is a component of a marketing that uses the internet and online-based digital technologies such as a desktop computer, mobile phones and other digital media and a platform to promote the product and the services. And the last option is non-profit making marketing. Non-profit making marketing are described as the effectual use of the marketing scheme to further a goal and the objective of a non-profit organization. There are numerous examples of non-profit organizations such as advertising, public relations, and fundraising. Non-profit marketing also include the wide range of other activities. If you read the question carefully, you will be easily understand the answer for this question. Here they are saying not intended to make a monetary profit. That means this is a non-profit marketing. Okay, their intention is not to make a monetary profit. So D will be the correct answer. USP is defined as, in a given question they ask you about the USP or a full form of USP. And the options given are unique selling price. Second option is unique sale preposition. Third option is unique selling proposition. And last option is unique strategy promotion. In a marketing, the unique selling proposition, that is USP, is also called unique selling point or a unique value proposition, that is UVP. UVP. What is the full form of UVP? That is unique value proposition. In the business model convex is the marketing strategy of information customers about how one own brand or a product is superior to its competitor. Okay. As per the explanation, the correct answer for this question will be option number C. USP defined as unique selling proposition. The next question here is the process of setting a low initial price for attracting a larger number of buyers quickly to cover a large market share is called. In a given question, they ask you the process where the company is setting the low price at the initial space for attracting the large number of the buyer and quickly cover the large market share. And this process is known as, and the options given are going rate pricing. The going rate pricing is a method adopted by a firm wherein the product is a price as per the rate prevailing in the market, especially on par with the competitor. Okay. Second option given is market penetration pricing. Penetration pricing is a pricing strategy where the price of the product is initially set low, rapidly reach to the wide fraction of the market, and initiate the word of mouth. The strategy works on the expectation that customers will switch to the new brand because of the lower price. Third option given is value-based pricing. Value-based price is a pricing strategy which set the price primarily but not exclusively according to the pre-receive or a estimated value of the product or a service to the customer rather than according to the cost of the product or a historical price. And the last option given is scheming pricing. Price scheming is the price setting strategy that a firm can employ when launching a product or a services for the first time. This price scheming method and capturing the extra profit of the firm is able to recoup its snug stock quicker as well as a profit of the higher price in the market before new competition enter and lower the market price. So all the option is a type of the marketing strategy. Going rate pricing is a one of the marketing strategy. Even the market penetration is again the marketing strategy. Value based pricing is also the marketing strategy, and skimming pricing is also the pricing strategy. So all the options here given are very much important because all these are a pricing strategies method. So any question you can receive on any of the option here. So the answer here for this question is market penetration pricing. The process of setting a low initial price for attracting a large number of a buyer quickly to cover a large market share is known as a market penetration pricing. Reduction in the price on the purchase during the stated period of a time is known as. In a given question they ask you एक निश्चित अवधि के दौरान खरीद पर कीमत में कमी के रूप में जाना जाता है. Okay, here they are talking about the reduction in the price, means the lowering, decreasing the price of the any product. Okay, the options given are sales, मतलब कि बिक्री, किसी भी प्रोडक्ट का सेल होना. Second option given is discount. Third option is allowance, and the last option is none of this. The answer here for this question is option number B. This is one of the simplest question I have put here. The reduction in the price on the purchase during the stated period of a time is known as a discount. Sensitivity of a demand to change in the price is known as. Now what is sensitivity of a demand? That we will understand first. Demand sensitivity is known as price elasticity of a demand and should not be confused with the price elasticity of the supply. It shows the responsiveness of the demand for a product to a change in its price. The first option under this question is cost plus price. Cost plus pricing is also known as markup pricing. It's a pricing method where the fixed percentage is added on the top of a cost to produce the 1 unit of the product. That is a unit cost. The resulting number is the selling price of the product. This pricing method looks slowly at the unit cost and ignores the price set by the competitor. Second option given is break-even price. Break-even point in the economy is a point where there is a company is suffering no profit, no loss. The diagram look like this. This is a point, we can say the break-even point, where there is no profit or a no loss. Okay. The third option given is price elasticity, and the last option is inelastic. Inelastic means a supply and a demand for a product are not easily influenced by the price. The correct answer for this question is option number C. Sensitivity of a demand to change in the price is known as price elasticity. Which among this is a concern with the pricing policy of a late entrant to the market. And the options are market penetration. Second option is marketing research. Third option is market scheming. And last option is marketing skill. To answer this question, you have to know about pricing policy, which is there in the question. To answer any question, you have to understand the question first. So, what is pricing policy? Pricing is a process whereby a business set a price at which it will sell its product and services, and may be a part of a business marketing plan. In setting a plan, the business will take into the account the price at which it will be acquire a good and manufacture the cost, the marketplace, competition, market condition, brand and quality of the product. The first option given is market penetration. Penetration refers to the successful selling of the product or services in the specific market. It is measured by the amount of a sale value of the existing goods or services compared to the total target market for that product and services. There is marketing research. Marketing research is a systematic gathering, recording and analyzing of a qualitative and quantitative data about an issue relating to the marketing product and services. Then is market scheming. Market scheming pricing is a pricing approach which is the producer set a high introductory price to attract the buyer with the strong desire for a product and the resources to buy it. And the last option is marketing skills. Marketing skills are a trait and abilities which are directly applicable to the field of marketing. The correct answer for this question is option number A, that is market penetration. Which among this is not a nature and a characteristic of a services? So here, to answer this question, you have to know about the characteristic of the services. They given you the option and the options are intangibility, second one is durability, third is variability and the last is perishability. If you see the characteristic of a services, then first one will be the perishability. The services is a highly perishable and a time element has a great significance in the service marketing. Services if not used in a time, it's lost forever. Okay. Second characteristic is fluctuating demand. Service demand has a high degree of a fluctuation. The changes in the demand can be seasonal or by a week, day or even the hours. Then is variability. Then is intangibility. Unlike a product, services cannot be touched or tested or felt before they are available. Inseparability. The personal services cannot be separated from the individual and some personalized services are created and consumed simultaneously. Then is pricing of the services. Pricing decision about the services are influenced by the perishability, fluctuation in the demand and inseparability. Then is service quality is not satisfactorily measurable. It is defined in the form of the reliability, responsiveness, empathy and the assurance, all of which are the control of the employee's direction interacting with the customers. So all these are the characteristics of the services. That means intangibility, variability and perishability are included as a characteristic of the services. But the durability is not included as a characteristic of the services. The answer correct here for this question will be option number B. This P is not a part of 7 P's of a marketing mix. Till now, you must know what is marketing mix and what are the different 7 P's in a marketing mix. Marketing mix is defined as a set of activity or a strategies that a company or a business uses for promoting its product and services in the market. 4 P's of a marketing mix are the product, place, price and promotion. And recently 3 more added, and that 3 are packaging, people and positioning. So these are 7 P's. But here they said promotion, price, people, and one more is here, that is purpose. Is the purpose will be included? So the answer will be no. That means the purpose will be the correct answer for this question, because here they are asking you which P is not part of the 7 P's in marketing mix. Identify the one which is demand based pricing. In this question, they ask you to identify given which one is the demand based pricing. Now, what is demand based pricing? That you have to understand first. So, demand based pricing is a pricing method based on the customer demand and pre-receive the value of the product. In this method, the customer responsiveness to purchase the product at a different price is a compare, and then acceptable price is set. Okay. The first option given here is target pricing. Target pricing is the process of estimating a competitive price in the marketplace and applying the firm standard profit margin to the price in order to arrive the maximum cost that a new product can have. Second option here is markup pricing. Now, what is markup pricing? Markup pricing is a method of adding a certain percentage of markup to the cost price of the product to estimate the selling price of the product. Third option here is marginal pricing. Marginal pricing is also called a marginal cost pricing. Comes under the idea of variable cost. Okay, please remember this, where it is coming. It bases a product selling price on the variable cost of its production and include the margin and ignore the fixed cost. And the last option given here is skimming pricing. Price skimming is a price setting strategy that a firm can employ when launching a product or a services for the first time. Okay. Here all the options I have explained you, and even I explain you the meaning of the question. Please, understanding the question is the most important thing while answering any question. Please remember this. So the answer here for this question is option number B. That is, markup pricing is demand based pricing. The next question here is, which is the policy adopted by the manufacturer to get a success in the field of marketing? In a given question, they ask you following which policy is adopted by the manufacturer to get what? To get the success in the field of marketing. Okay. And the first option given here is marketing mix. Now, marketing mix का मतलब क्या है? यह मैंने आपको previous lecture में भी explain किया था. The term marketing mix is a foundation model of the business, historically centered around the product, price, place and the promotion. Okay, these are the 4 P's under the marketing mix. The marketing mix has been defined as a set of marketing tools that a firm uses to pursue its marketing objective in the target market. Marketing mix को use किया जाता है even to promote the product which the company is going to sell, and marketing mix में 7 P's होते हैं. Okay. The second option given here is product mix. Product mix is the portfolio of goods and services a company offer to the consumer. Product mix consists of several product lines associated with the products and services that consumers tend to use together. Third option given is promotional mix. Promotional mix is a combination of various types of amount of various forms of promotion used by marketer. The final selection depends upon the job design to the promotion and the environment in which they perform. Last option given here is price mix. प्राइस मिक्स जो है वो कॉम्बिनेशन है डिफरेंट रिलेटेड वेरिएबल का, जो कि प्राइस से रिलेटेड होते हैं वेरिएबल्स का, उसका ये कॉम्बिनेशन है डिटरमाइंड बाय द प्रोड्यूसर टू फिक्स द प्राइस ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट एंड द सर्विसेज ही ऑफर्स टू द कस्टमर्स. ओके, द आंसर हियर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन इज ऑप्शन नंबर ए. Marketing mix is the policy adopted by the manufacturer to get the success in the field of marketing. What creates a particular image in the minds of consumer? In a given question, they ask you, given which create a particular image of the firm in the minds of customer. And the options given are branding. Brand is the name or a term or a design और जो लोगो होता है किसी भी कंपनी का जो उस कंपनी को दूसरे कंपनी से अलग करता है उसे कहते हैं हम ब्रांड. ओके. सेकेंड ऑप्शन गिवन इज पर्सनल सेलिंग. Personal selling is a face-to-face selling technique by which the salesperson use his or her interpersonal skill to persuade a customer in buying a particular product. Okay? जो पर्सनल सेलिंग होती है जहां पर जो सेल्समैन होता है वो फेस टू फेस सेलिंग करता है किसी भी प्रोडक्ट का. थर्ड ऑप्शन गिवन हियर इज ग्रेडिंग. Grading is a process of sorting the individual unit of the product into the well-defined classes or grades of quality. And the last option given is product planning. Product planning or a product discovery is the ongoing process of identifying and articulating marketing requirements that define a product feature set. So these are the all about the option which I explain you. The answer here for this question is branding. Branding creates a particular image in the minds of consumer. किसी भी ब्रांड का नाम सुनने के बाद हमें ऐसा कभी कभी लगता है ना कि हाँ मुझे इस ब्रांड का प्रोडक्ट चाहिए था. वो क्या है वो हमारे माइंड में उस कंपनी ने ऑलरेडी एक इमेज पैदा की है कुछ पॉजिटिव इमेज पैदा की है जिससे हमें लगता है कि हमें उस प्रोडक्ट को ले लेना चाहिए. The next question here is, what are the general rules set up by the management itself in making the product decision? In this question, they are asking you about the general rules which are set up by the management itself in making the product decision. Okay, and the options given are product policy. Now, what is product policy or what is the meaning of product policy? The product policy is a concern with defining the types, value or a timing of the product a company offer for a sale. A product policy are a general rules set up by the management itself in making the decision. Second option given here is product planning. Product planning or a product discovery is an ongoing process of identifying the market requirement that define the product feature set. Okay? किसी भी प्रोडक्ट बनाने से पहले हमें उसे प्लान करना पड़ता है कि वो प्रोडक्ट किस तरह का होना चाहिए जो कि किसी भी पर्सन को लाइक हो जाएगा. अगर आप हमारा कोर्स देखोगे कॉमर्स का कोर्स तो उसमें हमने ट्राई किया है कि सब कुछ डाले. हमने वहां पर नोट्स डाले हैं, एमसीक्यू डाले हैं, प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर को सेट किया है. उसे बनाने से पहले हमने प्लान किया था कि वो स्टूडेंट को किस तरह से देना चाहिए और किस तरह से उस स्टूडेंट को यूजफुल हो जाएगा. ओके. थर्ड ऑप्शन गिवन हियर इज प्रोडक्ट मिक्स. प्रोडक्ट मिक्स इज आल्सो नोन एज प्रोडक्ट assortment or a product portfolio which refer to the complete set of a product or a services offered by the firm. And the last option here is product packaging. Product packaging refer to all the activity related to the designing, evaluating and product container for your product. As per the explanation, the answer for this question will be option number A. That is, product policy are the general rules set up by the management itself in making the product decision. The next question here is, what is the high initial of the product at the time of the introduction of the product in the market? In this question they ask you, बाजार में उत्पादक की शुरुआत के समय उत्पादक का उच्च प्रारंभिक है and the options given are skimming price or a price skimming is the product pricing strategy, okay, by which a firm charges the highest initial price that a customer will pay and then lower it over a time as the demand of the first customer is satisfied and the competition entire the market. The firm lower the price to attract the another, the more price sensitive segment of the population. Second one here is penetrating price. penetration pricing strategy used by the business to attract the customer to a new product or a services by offering the lower price initial. Now what is happening here? In the skimming price, they are charging the highest price initial, but in the penetration they are charging the lower price initial. The objective of both the strategy is to attract the customer, but how? But in the skimming price, how they are attracting? They are charging the highest price first and then lowering the price. And in penetration, they are charging the lowest price first, okay, so that they can capture the customer in the market. Third option given here is high pricing. High pricing is to encourage the customer to purchase. It is a pricing strategy where the firm initially charges the highest price for the product and then subsequently decrease the price through the promotion, markdown or a clearance sale. Okay. Even in the high pricing, they are charging the highest price first and then slowly they are decreasing the price. And the last option here is moderate pricing. Moderate pricing means the reasonable or low in the price, a moderate price for a new product. The answer here for this question is option number A, that is skimming price. The next question here is, which is the price at which the retailer sell the product to his buyer? In a given question they ask you, जो retailer होते हैं वो अपने product जो होता है वो sell करते हैं buyers को on which price? And the options given are retail price. Retail price is the final price that goods is sold to the customer. For those being a end user or a consumers like me and you, हम जो होता है वो प्रोडक्ट लेते हैं और उसे रीसेल नहीं करते, हम उसे कंज्यूम करते हैं. ओके. सेकेंड ऑप्शन हियर इज होलसेल प्राइस. Wholesale price is a reflect the cost of an item when it is sold in a bulk to a larger group or a distributor as opposed to the price that the consumers might get. Third option here is FOB price. Now what is the full form of FOB? That you have to understand first. The full form of FOB is free on board. The term of delivery of a transaction is on the FOB means the cost of a movement of a goods on the board of a airline or on the board of a ship is borne by the seller. Last option is administered price. And an administered price is a one that is decreed by the some authority for a goods or a services rather than through a process of a price discovery in a free market. The answer here for this question is option number A. Retail price is a price at which the retailer sells the product to his buyer. The next question here is, what creates a non-personal stimulation of a demand in advertising? In a given question, they ask you, given which create a non-personal stimulation of a demand in advertising. And the options given are, so before going to the option, first we will understand what is non-personal stimulation of demand. So, non-personal stimulation of a demand for a product or a services or a business unit by placing the commercial significant news about it in the publication or obtaining the favorable presentation of it upon the radio, television or a stage that is not paid for the sponsors. The first option here is pricing. Now what is pricing? Pricing means the price of the product, the final price of any product which we are going to pay. For second option given here is production. Production is the process of combining the various material input and immaterial input in order to make something for a consumption. Means the manufacturing of a final product is called the production. Third option here is public reaction. Public reaction is the practice of managing information from the individual or an organization to the public in order to affect their public perception. And the last option is distribution. The distribution means the value of a business attribution to the customer during his or her entire relationship with the company. So these are all the options which I explain you. So the pricing create a non-personal stimulation of a demand in advertising. That means the answer is option number A. What influenced the buyer to buy a product? In this question they ask you, given which is influencing the buyer to buy a particular product, and the options given are price. Sometimes the price can influence the buyer to buy the product, because if the price of the product is a low, then we might buy that product, right? Because it is affordable for us and we want that product, then only we are going to buy that product. Second one is packaging. Packaging means how we are going to pack that product, or designing, evaluation, how we are going to do that. Third option is personal selling. Personal selling means the face-to-face selling technique where the salesperson uses his interpersonal skill to persuade a customer in buying a particular product. Okay, and the last option is grading. Grading is a process of sorting the individual unit of the product into the well-defined classes or grades of the quality. The correct answer here is option number C, that is personal selling. Okay, here you can say the price, packaging, grading. This is also influencing the buyer to buy the product. But the main here is the personal selling, because while personal selling, what salesperson is doing, he is playing with the mind of the customer. He is trying to influence the customer in his own way, using his own skill. So the answer will be option number C. The next question here is, egg mark standardization is given to which of the following goods? Okay, and the options given are industrial good. Now industrial good are based on the demand for a consumer's good that help to produce. A industrial good are classified as either the production good or a support good. Production goods are used in a production of a final consumer's goods or a product, while support good help the production process of the customers as a machinery and the equipment. Then is agricultural good. Agricultural goods means the product which is related to the agriculture, okay, which we are getting from the agriculture. For example, the food grain or any type of a food, okay, that we are getting from the agriculture good. Then is a imported good. What is imported good? Imported are the foreign good and services brought by the citizen, businessman and the government from the another country. Then is consumers good. Consumers goods are a product brought for a consumption by the average consumers. Alternatively called the final good, the consumer good are the end result of the production and manufacturing, and are the what the consumers will see on the store shelf. The answer for this question is option number B, that is agriculture good. The egg mark is a quantity certification marked by the Government of India given to the product, conforming to scientifically laid down the quantity standard. The egg mark is a confirmation mark employed on the agriculture item in India, guaranteeing that they are conform to a set of a standard offered by the Director of Marketing and Inspection and the Office of the Government of the India. Price is a term. In this question they ask you about the price. Now what is a price? A price means the final price or a final rate that we are going to pay to buy a particular product. And the options given are absolute, second option is relative, third option is composite, and the last option is standard. The answer here for this question will be option number A. Price is absolute term.